Welcome to Screen It or Stream It,
where we take a look at a movie in theaters now,
and one available streaming in your very own home,
and we try to decide which one should you go with. This week on Screen It or Stream It, we're pitting Ghost in the Shell against Ghost in the Shell. So, since we're doing two with the same name, the movie in theaters now will be New Ghost, and the original anime upon which it was based will be Old Ghost. However, in both versions, Ghost in the Shell is a story revolving around the Major, in this new movie iteration by Scarlett Johansson. Set in the future, most of mankind has begun to merge themselves with technology, choosing to get non-biological implants for things like robotic livers so you can drink as much as you want, or digital eyes so you can see through objects, and, well, you get the idea. The Major is part of a special police division called Section 9. All except for one of the members of Section 9 are enhanced by technology, but the Major is a special breed. Her entire body is mechanical, and her brain is the only part of her biology that remains.
Well, let me stop you right there, because everything you said so far is true for both the new live-action version and the old anime version. You know, well, except for the Scarlett Johansson part.
True, but where they start to diverge is in the core theme of the movies. In New Ghost, Section 9 is after Kuze, a cyborg like the Major who is systematically killing off top-level scientists from Hunka, the company that created him, and the Major is charged with hunting him down and finding out why he's doing what he's doing, basically arrest or kill if necessary. Along the way, she has a run-in with her past that causes her to question the nature of her existence.
The anime version is from 1995 and includes the same characters in the exact same setting as the new movie version. This science fiction anime has influenced some of the greatest sci-fi movies of the last 20 years, probably most noticeably The Matrix. It is a beautiful anime with some great action and extreme violence, and we like violence, but the core theme of the movie is what really sets it apart. It's all about human soul and what makes us human. Section 9 is after a cyber criminal called the Puppet Master, who is an artificial intelligence and is hacking the minds of real people. And the Major is tasked with finding out who he is and why he's doing what he's doing. Without being all, spoilery, she runs into some major obstacles. Get it? Because she is the Major.
I believe you mean she causes the major obstacles for the antagonists, because she's the Major.
Anyways, look, in her pursuit of the Puppet Master, she has to examine her own existence and really her humanity, because how do we define what is a human? She has a soul, but she's also like 99% machine. So where do we draw that line? And what about the other people in her world as they become more and more mechanical? It definitely has some really deep subcontext there.
They changed the theme in New Ghost, but it was still related to the roots of the anime. They talked strongly about uniqueness and what it is that makes someone who they are. Their conclusion was that it is not so much the accumulation of one's experiences, but the choices that they make that defines them. I think what they were trying to get at is that no amount of technology or coercion can overcome the indomitable human spirit.
I really felt like the New Ghost kind of tiptoed around the core themes that were really prevalent in the old one, rather than tackling them head on.
Well, I guess that takes us to the comparison then.
Alright then, there were three things really stood out to me about the anime version. I'd like to see, how you think they compare to the new live-action version. So the first one would be the visuals. The anime is just breathtakingly beautiful in a very unique way. So, what do you think about the new movies?
I have to say, I really felt like they did an incredible job in this remake being faithful to the look of the original. They literally copied some scenes and shots down to the finest detail.
Yeah, I agree with that, but I don't think that worked out as well as they'd planned. I just don't feel like you can copy a cartoon into live action shot for shot without some things kind of getting off.
True, but in this case, I think most of it worked. Probably better if you hadn't seen the original.
Yeah, well, alright, my second one was the action. I thought the action sequences in the anime were just wonderfully done.
That they were. In the movie version as well, they really went the extra mile to blow your mind with the action sequences, which can get a little on the edge of suspension of disbelief. I mean, how many times can you believe that a character gets shot at through a firefight, gunning down 20 guys that were all spraying bullets at him from machine guns, and he walks away without a scratch? As far as being more believable, the anime would actually win out there, which is a little surprising.
I can agree with that. So the third one was the theme of the movie. I thought the anime had some really deep and thought-provoking moments, and if the rest of the movie hadn't been any good at all, then I think it still would have been a groundbreaking anime just for the story it told and the whole, questioning humanity thing.
I have to say, the theme of the anime was more interesting in asking at what point you are still human when there is more machine there than man.
Again, I agree with that. So what are we going to rate them?
For the new Ghost in the Shell, our team gives it 3 stars.
And for the old Ghost in the Shell, 4 stars. So, what's our pick this week?
If you've seen neither, I would say screen it. Go see Ghost in the Shell in theaters. I think of it like watching a movie before you read the book it was based on. The source material is usually better, and if you fall in love with that first, you might be disappointed.
Yeah, like I am. Look, the new Ghost isn't really a bad movie, but then again, it's not particularly a good one either. I can't support you screen it this week. Stream it. Check out the original one. It is equal to or better than the new one in every single way. There's no point in going to the theaters and seeing a subpar remake when you can stay home and see the better version from the comfort of your very own couch.
Well, I support your right to be wrong.
I'm going to be waiting for you in the parking lot when this is over.
Well, that is it for Screen It or Stream It this week.
Remember, don't take your kids to the movies on Tuesdays because that's when we go.